Hey guys, so this video is about agreements during the ceremony, how we move, breathe, and how we are together in the sacred field. First of all, why do agreements matter? So before we embark on this journey together and we open this sacred space and we go on a very, very interesting and deep journey, hopefully, it's very important that we set specific agreements before we go into ceremony. Because once the ceremony starts, we literally are stepping into a living temple. And this living temple is made out of every single person who's there. It's our hearts, our intentions, our breath. And it's very important for us to have a structure. Just for everyone, it's very important to know, what are we actually committing to? What are we getting ourselves into? Do I feel safe in this space? Is this really what I want? And in order for us to be able to really surrender and release and trust, it's important to set these agreements. And sometimes it's better to know these agreements up front, because during the ceremony, we will also share them right before the ceremony. But before the ceremony, you're nervous, you might not catch everything. So it's good to give people the possibility to connect with these agreements time before. You can rewatch them. You can come back to me if you have any questions, if you're in one of my ceremonies. Okay, so as I said, there's a need for structure, because this is not going to be a room anymore. This will be a living field. It's going to be very sensitive, and it's going to be very intelligent and alive. And it's literally like a birthing process. We're building up an energetic womb in the room, and you know how a birthing process is. It's very sensitive. Okay, there are no more energies. It's not another baby that is going to come in like during the ceremony. So we don't allow anyone, we don't allow strangers into our sacred ceremonial space if they're not part of the ceremony. And at the same time, it's very important to keep this ceremonial space among us. So these agreements are not just rules, they're sacred intentions that keep this womb of the ceremony coherent, safe, and full of trust. Because just like that, the medicine can move freely and everyone can fully surrender deeply without worries. So rule number one, no phones and no distractions. I would really ask you, I would prefer actually that you leave the phone in your room. If you are with us somewhere and you have rooms, please leave the phone outside of the ceremonial space. Because it's not just about turning it off or turning it on silent. Not even airplane mode is enough. There are messages that will be coming in. There's like a disruption of the electromagnetic field with the electricity even. And even a sleeping phone emits signals that can disturb the harmony of our field. So it's just for a few hours, just for these few hours. Also, like sometimes it's better not to have the temptation, I have my phone. Because you know how it is, sometimes when you are deep in the medicine, you're like, oh my God, you thought of someone, let me just send them a message. You'll open the phone and all of a sudden you get messages from other people. It will disrupt the journey, not just yours, but actually also of the people that are around you. So out of respect, please leave the phone out of the sacred ceremonial space. Thank you. Number 2, it's very important that we all agree that we begin together, we start together, and we end together. So a ceremony is a sacred journey, and we travel as one big body. And when we begin together, we move through it together, and also we will close it together. So I know even if you're in a process and you're like, okay, I'm done, I feel complete, I want to sit outside, enjoy the sun, I want to go to the beach, depends on where the ceremony is. I'm really asking you please to stay inside the womb until the end. Because the closing part is part of your integration, and it really seals the energy, and it seals also the energy of the group. And when everyone stays present until the end, we return home safely as one big body. And this also means to stay inside the membrane, which means once the circle is open, please also don't try to leave the sacred ceremonial space if it's too loud, or if you want to lie on the grass. It's okay to do that, but please ask one of the facilitators, also when you go to the bathroom, to come with you. We happily do that. That's what we're here for. And when you return, pause for a moment before coming back into the sacred ceremonial space, take a deep breath, and then re-enter with mindfulness, with awareness, and keep the energy inside of our container. Thank you for that as well. Number 3, sacred privacy and confidentiality. This is something that is very important. There are some people that come to our ceremonies that do not want to be seen on social media. They don't want to be seen in public. So whatever happens in the ceremony stays in the ceremony. It's like Vegas, basically, you know. Okay, so don't share stories, don't share names, don't share the processes outside of our space. Okay? And even with love or curiosity, sometimes we mean it in a good way, but it's not okay to share stories of other people. You can share your own stories, you're free to do that, but it's confidentiality. And that's how we build the trust. So you can trust as well that whatever you will be going through, and you never know what it's going to be, no one is going to share it. And this is a very, very beautiful space to be in. And number 4, no photos, pictures, or recordings. There won't be phones, hopefully anyways. So it's explaining itself. But also, as I said, again, there are people that do not want to be seen on social media. So, and we are not there for the content. We're there to experience this sacred space together, and we're there to go deeply into our own journey. So yes, we can take a picture before or after the ceremony with the consent. Maybe some people don't want to be in the picture, but please don't take any pictures or videos or voice notes before, during, or after the ceremony without the consent of the people that might be in these media files, because the frequency we open here is very multidimensional, it's delicate, and the lens freezes what's meant to flow. You know when you take a picture and you smile and you're actually supposed to move? In my opinion, when we take pictures and we stop for the picture, you're creating a fake timeline, but that's my opinion of it. We can leave this to another time. We can talk about this another time. Anyways, please, it's not important to document. You're there to experience this with us. And it's much more fun, by the way. Okay. Number 5, words as energy. Every word carries energy. So even after you leave, how you speak about the ceremony still shapes its echo. So please avoid gossip, avoid interpretation, analysis of other people's experiences. If you share your own journey, do it, but try to speak from gratitude, and don't make it a performance, because the ceremony will continue to live in your voice. There's like an integration phase, and the integration phase is even much more important than the ceremony itself. So speak as if every word is a living prayer that echoes out into the universe. Thank you for that as well. Number 6, silence and respect. So once the circle is open, we will enter sacred silence. At the beginning, we will say in silence a little bit. There might be frequencies playing, but avoid unnecessary talking, whispering, because the sound travels and it influences everyone sitting around you. So please respect the inner worlds of others. I'm not saying not to recite prayers. You can always recite prayers and talk to yourself, but you don't need to. And also when we're singing mantras, please, we want to hear your voice, and it's amazing. But don't stare at people. Don't comment what they're doing or interrupt another person's process. Focus on presence, because presence itself is like the highest form of respect, and everyone will appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Number 7, boundaries and personal space. Everyone has a journey, and every journey is private. So even though we're sitting together in one room, and even though we're one big energetic body, please, I'm asking you not to touch anyone around you without consent, unless the facilitator specifically invites you to, or the person, like, at the end of the ceremony, sometimes we open up the space when people have come back, and then you can do that, but especially at the beginning and in the middle of the ceremony, when the medicine is still working and people are traveling, every single word, every single touch can influence the journey in a way you cannot predict it. You know, the person can become a victim all of a sudden because, you know, this moment of like, oh, I'm releasing and I'm crying and it's such a beautiful process. Oh, I'm becoming a victim because, oh, I'm sorry for what happened to you. And you're ruining this very sacred process, even though you meant it in a very beautiful way. And this is especially if you know the person, because you have the tendency to, if it's a friend, you want to be there for them. But try to be there for them, sending them love and not interfering with their process. This is like, compassion doesn't need a hand. It can move through light. Number 8, movement and expression. You may tremble, you may laugh, cry, hum, or sway. All of it is welcome in our ceremony. Expression is sacred. And this is how energy is moving, and I'm inviting you to allow the energy to move through your body. But please remember, let it be safe for you. So don't go outside and start climbing on a tree, for example, or up on a mountain, depending on where we're doing the ceremony. This also happened and we had to run after them. I've seen a lot. So move through it like it's a prayer. Slow, conscious, aware. And if sound comes, let it rise through your heart. Get it out of your mind. Feel it. Freedom and harmony can really dance together, by the way. Thank you. Number 9, asking for support. There will be space holders. In our ceremonies, very often we have someone who's also taking care of body work. And just ask for support. If there is something that you're really struggling to deal with, say, like, raise your hand, make eye contact. We will come if it's too much for you, and just reach out. It's the best thing that you can do is ask for help. But do it, please, without disturbing the ceremony. And support is an important part of the medicine. Thank you. Number 10, energy management and grounding. The medicine opens sensitivity. So sometimes we will feel others' emotions. You will be sitting beside someone and the emotion will be like there's an emotion and a sensation in the room that you might be sensing, oh, this is not mine. That's normal. It's okay. So just breathe and remember, it's not yours to fix. Send it back to the earth. Inhale, exhale it, and say, I'm sending this energy back to where it belongs. It's not mine to deal with. There will be energies in the room. And yes, specifically the mushrooms, they have mycelia. So we will be working on energies as one big body. But you don't have to deal with energies that are not yours if you don't have the capacity. And when you talk to the mushrooms, they have respect. So this keeps the temple balanced and it keeps the temple clear as well. Number 11, trust and surrender. The ceremony will take you exactly where you need to go. And if you trust that, it will make your life a lot easier. And some moments, they might feel blissful. Some moments might feel a little bit intense. Everything that comes is welcome. And all of you is also welcome in the ceremony. Everything is part of the medicine. So when fear or resistance arise, just whisper softly to yourself, hey, I trust, I'm safe, I'm exactly where I need to be. And my body knows the way. So you don't need to manage the process. Just remember that your higher self and the medicine, they're already in a beautiful conversation. There's nothing you need to be taken care of. And there's always someone who can help you. Number 12, co-creation of the field. Please remember, we're one big body in this cycle, in this circle. And every breath, every heartbeat, every tear, every intention is shaping this womb and this beautiful creation that we are birthing together. So when you stay calm and grounded, you also help others to feel safe. When you release and you cry it out, this also helps others to release whatever they are dealing with. So be mindful, be present, and allow yourself to be authentic. Feel everything. Allow yourself to feel what is happening. Don't say, no, I have to behave. Oh, I have to get myself together. You don't. You really don't. We're co-creating the field together, and it's a field of cleansing, of releasing, of safety, of beauty, of divine. Yes. Anyway, so these agreements, they're not just restrictions, they're literally an act of love. So they protect the sacred, they protect our womb, so we can embark together on this very beautiful journey. We can move without interruption. And if all of us honored them, then we can move together, and the ceremony becomes effortless. Effortless maybe is not the right word, but you know what I mean. It's a living prayer. There's sound, there's soul moving, and what's more beauty? Is there more beauty than in a place where you can literally feel just safe to be yourself? So this is basically the space we are creating. We are creating a space where you feel safe to be yourself. Yes, thank you. Thank you for your words, and I hope to see you in my ceremonies. Have a good day.